relate to Peter Pan in many ways. I think that the reason why I became an actor was because I loved so much to get lost in the character and become someone else and play all day, and it doesn't seem like a grown-up job to me. You know, that's like your cubicle job, your office job, so I definitely relate to him in that way, that I just want to have fun all day and play and never grow up. This show is very challenging. It's huge technically. It's very strenuous physically. It's a really big project. I think for me personally, probably the physical challenge is very big. It's pretty much 2.5 hours of cardio. It's like nonstop when you're trying to be a little boy. You're running around and yelling and singing and sword fighting, and so getting that under my belt, I think so far has been the biggest challenge. This show, I think, will be different because we've decided to pay more attention to the details of the story. I think when you see Peter Pan, mostly you see the iconic characters and sort of the fairy tale people, but I think that we are more interested in the reality of these people and what they're really going through, and the story, I think, is actually pretty dark. Peter Pan loses everything. He runs away from home and his mother forgets all about him, and so he completely immerses himself in this Neverland to constantly forget, and he ends up repeating the same process over and over again with Wendy and then with her daughter and so on, and so I think that it will be different because that part of the story is going to be brought out much more than it has in other productions, I think.
Why?
People should come see our show because we're doing it outside. And I think that Peter Pan specifically is a great show to see outdoors, actually under the stars. It's a picnic atmosphere, it's a family show, and I think that it will be a very special experience to see the show in that setting. Working with everybody on Peter Pan has been great so far. It's sort of a speedy process for sure. We don't even have, I think, a full 4 weeks together. But everybody came in and they're just ready to tackle it and get started, and everyone's been working really hard, and everybody's lots of fun, and I think it's going to be a great show.
Once upon a time and long ago, I heard someone singing soft and low. I relate to Wendy because we're very close in age, and also because the whole play she's struggling with the idea of growing up. And I find myself being on the age of, am I adult, am I a little kid? It's a struggle, and I really was drawn to her character because of that, and finding that even though you grow up, you don't have to lose the child within you, which I guess I relate to her that way. This show has been an incredibly fast rehearsal process, and I love a fast rehearsal process, but it's also a challenge because you don't have as much time to sit with your character and sit with the cast and really find everything that you want to find. So finding it so quickly is a huge rush of adrenaline, and it's so exciting, but it's also very difficult. And another thing that's very difficult is this show is massive. There's live flying, there is fight choreography, and the show in general is just very big. So that's been a challenge, but a really fun one. This approach is very different because of the fact that we really delve into who these characters are as people. There are so many versions of Peter Pan, and we're trying to find the heart of the story, and we're really trying to find who each character is, which is really wonderful, and we have a really wonderful creative team that has really helped to find who these people are and who are they, not just as the archetypes that we know them as. this show is going to be magical, so everyone has to see it. There's going to be live flying, and it's going to be outside. That is an incredible thing. I'm most excited because we get to fly under the stars. How exciting is that? And what a great memory for you and your family to come see this show. This cast and creative team is incredible. They have been so incredible to work with, and they are all so kind and so giving, and they are all so talented. Wait till you see Kat as Peter Pan. She's incredible. And overall, the show is just going to be a really, really magical piece.